Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Trove Tarot, also known here on YouTube as Mystic Moon. Welcome to my second channel and welcome to your weekly forecast. So this week I'm going to go ahead and use my deck called Tarot Libs, and we're going to get some subjects for this week's reading. This is a really unique deck. So if you guys are interested, it is available right now in my Etsy shop for 10% off, but it's broken up into 8 different categories. And so if you guys don't exactly know what to do a reading on or what questions to ask, this deck does it all for you, which is why it's called Tarot Libs. So I just went ahead and broke down this into the 8 different categories, and we're just going to see what Spirit wants us to know this week in regards to these categories. All right, you guys, so let's get into it. Today's Organite is called Mother Gaia, created by Michelle from Wing & Bell. All right, so this first subject or category is love, and it's color coordinated pink. So what do we need to know about love or soul connections this week? We have baggage that both me and my partner are still carrying. So depending on if this is a subject that you guys are interested in, definitely watch. If not, you guys can always just go ahead and go through and fast forward to what you guys are interested in. But baggage that both you and your partner are still carrying. Now, love does not necessarily have to just be romantic love. This can be somebody that you love, such as a family member or a friend. Okay, so what baggage are you guys both holding right now that could possibly be creating issues in the situation? All right, so all these decks will be listed down below. What baggage are you and your partner still carrying? Let's look at this. What is the baggage here? Okay, so we have the 8 of Earth. Now, the 8 of Earth is this energy here where perhaps we still need to learn something. So someone is still in a process of learning something. So the baggage is the lessons. Somebody in a way is like refusing to apply a lesson, or they're refusing to learn something new, a new skill, develop new tools in order to just either be a better person or to just go about situations that could be problematic in a different, better way. You guys have all met those people before where they just refuse to change. They refuse to see themselves or take any accountability for anything that goes down between the two of you. This could also be you, remember, as well. Both you and your partner could still be carrying this baggage, trying to work something out or trying to work things out your way, but your partner doesn't necessarily see it your way. So there is this need to learn a very valuable lesson that I feel like someone is not learning. So that's baggage here. Interesting. Yeah, we're just going to keep repeating the same pattern over and over again with the Judgment card. Something needs to be resurrected. Something needs to be renewed here. But as you guys can see the keywords here, it says reflection and self-evaluation. The only way that this is going to change is if people change. So we can't make someone change. All we can do is learn our lessons and change ourselves. So this baggage that you, the viewer, could be possibly holding is that you expect this person to change. And the best thing that you can possibly do instead of putting that out there on someone else is to change yourself. This will help to renew and reestablish new guidelines in your connections with other people. Okay? The only way that we can inspire change in other people is by changing ourselves. We can't. It's real easy to say if this person would change, I would be happy, but that's just baggage that you're carrying. Baggage that I'll be happy when, I'll be happy if. No, we need to choose to be happy within our present selves now. And if we can do that, perhaps we can teach other people the way it's done. We can inspire people by leading by example. And this will be a reflection of you. So it's almost like you're reflecting back to you what is you, a changed you, a better version of you. And so if you're not willing to improve yourself or use the tools that you have to make good decisions, then how can we really expect other people to do it? So there's some sort of a lesson here with staying in your own lane, focusing on changing within yourself. And either this person will fall into line with that and want to follow suit, or they'll fall out of your life. Either way, it will get rid of the stagnant baggage, this stagnant cycle that maybe you and your person are in at this time. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. So I hope that that makes sense, but that is something that may come up this week for you guys in regards to connections with other people. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and move into career. And so for this part of the deck, it's green. So let's see what we need to know about our money or our finances or career this week. Let's look at this. What projects will produce financial gain and abundance? Fantastic. Let's look at this here. Sorry, my arm is in the camera view here. Can't pick up this deck. All right. What projects will produce financial gain and abundance this week? Ooh, letting something go. 10 of Swords means it's the end of a situation that's going to bring relief. So something that has been creating a lot of stress, something where you're taking the burden, you're trying to do something yourself. Something is not producing financial gain and abundance because perhaps we're taking everything onto our own shoulders. So if we can, in a way, maybe ask for assistance or get out of the way and allow someone to assist us or help us, I'm getting here this will actually bring relief to our lives. Sometimes we get in our heads about things where it's just like, no, I want to do it my own way. I don't want to have to do something with someone else. I just want this to be my way only. And if we're not experiencing success in those projects, it's time for us to open up a new door in our minds and open up, perhaps the energy for another person to come in and to assist us or add something to the situation. So I'm just getting here that some sort of behavior needs to end for us this week in order for us to gain a new perspective and to have start to create that abundance in a project or something that we're working on. Okay. Yeah. The Two of Pentacles here, it's like something is up in the air and it needs to end. So this juggling, trying to do everything, maybe working too many hours, we're stressed. We don't have enough time or energy to do what we want. We've got to figure out a way to drop something, drop a habit, drop a responsibility. Something needs to give this week. And until it does, you're not going to experience any gain in a situation. So you're going to have to leave something behind or drop a behavior or end something that's not working for you this week. So the projects that will produce most financial gain and abundance, the project of dropping something and knowing when to quit something or knowing when to go about a situation a different way, especially if it's been challenging. So that's the message on that one this week. Very interesting. All right, so now we're going to go into spirituality. So this one is purple. All right, so what do we need to know about spirituality this week? Our spiritual path. Ooh, okay, so we have unfinished business from my previous lifetime. Wow. So this is in relation to past life energy. Let's see what we need to know about unresolved issues from past life. Wow, you guys, 3 of Swords. So it says, loving angels surround you to heal and comfort you. The sadness you feel will fade away in time, and then you'll be able to see clearly how important this situation has been for your spiritual growth. Take the time you need to forgive yourself and others so that you can embrace the future with joy. Wow. So there is some kind of a trauma or some sort of heartache or betrayal or some sort of deception that we've endured in a past life that we're still even carrying on. So it's like a trauma from a past life that we're still carrying into this life. So some of you guys are recreating the same thing over and over again. There could be a loop that you're stuck in, and there could be something that needs to be finally transmuted in this lifetime. Ooh, yeah, that 7 of Swords usually indicates major betrayal. You've been confused about a situation in your life, and now suddenly everything is completely clear to you. Whether the truth was revealed by your angels, disclosed by a friend, or discovered on your own, it feels great to be awake and aware. Feel free to ask for time alone if that's what you feel you need. So this is also an indication of other people's motives, people that are shady, people that are not good for us. Usually we're going to be protected. So what I'm getting here is that if you guys are on some sort of a like a theme, there's a certain taste that you have for toxic, unhealthy people. Your spirit team, your angels are really trying to in this lifetime to help you break that habit. So This is about if you have something going on from a previous lifetime and it just seems to be like a situation or behavior or certain taste that you have for certain types of people in this life, you are being asked to address these traumas because they go deep. It may be some past life regression, some inner child therapy, or maybe even working with an actual licensed therapist would be a positive thing for you, because there's definitely some sadness from betrayal, heartbreak, and deception. And you could have even come into this life with that theme from parents or people that, brought you up in life. And so you were already like set in motion with all of that trauma just coursing through your veins. So Spirit is saying here that if you have certain thoughts that are very negative or pessimistic in this life, there's a real need to change that around. So I'm not a professional. I can't really give advice on how to exactly do that, but do your own research and kind of try to figure out what would be helpful to you to rid yourself of this trauma, or to at least try to work through some of it so you can experience a happier life. Also, too, sometimes the ugliness is revealed in life. And even though it's like, God, I wish that I would have never known that. I wish I would have never found that. It's a blessing that you found what you found. It's a blessing that you heard or saw what you did or heard. Because if you didn't, you would be going in the same loops and wasting time with basically toxic people much longer if this hadn't have happened to you. So something is happening, and it might be very painful in this life to really push you to break this cycle and to end this trauma once and for all, because I'm getting here, it even stems from the past. So this could just be treated like crap, accepting crumbs, letting people lie to you and betray you, letting people get away with things, feeling not good enough, so you just keep taking people back over and over and over again. There's some pattern that needs to be broken here. So that's pretty heavy, but that is what we're getting here for some of you guys that are possibly looking into healing yourself on some deep level. All right, so this particular section of the deck is Spirit Team, Angels. So it's white, okay, for that divine light. How do your spirit guides show up in your daily life? Wow. Well, let's see how they're going to be showing up in your life this week, you guys. Let's take a look. How are your spirit guides showing up in your daily life this week? Wow. First of all, they're showing up in your mind. So the Two of Michael, Two of Swords. It could be that Archangel Michael is one of your angels that is showing up for you this week. So you might be working with Archangel Michael. You could be working with Archangel Michael when it comes to a decision that you need to make that's kind of tough. But I'm also getting too that there are some mental downloads that are coming to you, information that's coming to you in your mind's eye. This card doesn't show it, but usually it is someone who's sitting there with two swords kind of crossed in front of them with a blindfold on. So the blindfold in a way forces you to have to close your eyes and go within and trust your intuition when it comes to situations. So how your spirit guides are going to be showing up for you this week is going to be in your thoughts, in your mind's eye, your intuition, or could even be your dreams, to help you with a tough decision this week. Okay? With a tough decision where you're finding it really hard to make a decision. And the Knight of Ariel. This is beautiful. The Knight of Ariel is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles, you guys, is also a guardian angel. So I do feel like some of you guys have a specific spirit guide or guardian angel, perhaps somebody that has passed on in this lifetime. So now they are a spirit guide to you. They're actually helping to assist you, and they're showing up in your life this week. So you might smell them. You might be reminded something connected to them, hear a song, see an object, and it reminds you of this person that is around you. They are a passed over loved one. I am getting that for some of you guys. And they could even be assisting you with a decision on moving forward, taking things slow, taking a step back, reassessing situations. It could be work-related stuff. It could be devoting your time and energy into something specific like a project or something like that. But this is definitely trustworthy guidance that you're getting this week from Archangel Michael plus a specific spirit guide / guardian angel. They're showing up to help you with your challenges, help you with confusion, helping you to make decisions that are going to be right for you and information that you can trust, or even when it comes to people that you can trust. You're going to be getting information this week about, can I trust this person? And it's going to be crystal freaking clear. Okay. So if you get these feelings, it's just uncomfortable feelings. Pay attention to that especially when you're asking about a particular person, or you get a pit in your stomach, or your heart drops when you're having a conversation with somebody and you're just like, something doesn't seem right. Trust that. That is your spirit team helping you to know that you cannot trust someone this week. Or if you feel a certain way, you feel a lot of peace, you feel a lot of flow, you feel very calm, that is also an indication that perhaps you can trust someone this week. So some of you guys are kind of grappling with the decision of, can I or can't I, or should I or shouldn't I? You're going to get some sort of information this week. Love it. All right. So now we're going to move into our well-being and happiness. Okay. So this right here is yellow. This is the section of the deck, yellow. What do we need to know about our well-being and happiness this week? How can I attract more positive experiences into my life? All right, I like that question. How can I attract more positive experiences into my life this week? Hey, Two of Cups. It says falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone. Forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up. Your relationship can be healed. So how can you attract more positive experiences into your life? Is by being in a state of love and forgiveness. Okay. Being in the vibration of love will attract love to your life. So if some of you guys want to attract a partner, be loving to yourself. Work on the relationship that you have with yourself. Romance yourself as a way to attract that into your life. Also, this is about forgiving yourself and other people. So if there's someone that you have been really holding in your space and just there's a lot of bitterness and rage surrounding this person, this is about trying to find a way to dissipate some of that energy. If you're able to release some of that bitterness, you are going to naturally attract more positive or more positivity into your life. Wherever we're vibrating is really what we're attracting in. Not always, but a lot of the times our frequency is determined, or our experiences are determined by our current frequency. You know, you almost notice that. It's like when it rains, it pours, those kinds of statements. It's somewhat true. And sometimes things just happen. They absolutely do. So that's not always the case. But yeah, sometimes it's just like, man, it just seems like it's one thing after another. Well, when our mindset's kind of in the dumps or we're feeling in the dumps, sometimes crappy things just continue to happen. But when we're really, really happy and we're riding high, it just seems like nothing can bring us down. It's just a vibration. All right. So some of you guys, I feel, could even be meeting someone or falling in love this week. And man, it's going to feel really, really happy and positive for you. Oh, interesting. We have the Seven of Winter, which is the Seven of Swords. Okay. So how can you attract more positive experiences into your life? Realizing that not every single person that we are attracted to is good for us. So this kind of goes back to, for me, what we just saw with your spirit team, kind of giving you that guidance on who you can trust and who not to trust. So pay attention. So yes, you want to attract positive people into your life, right? And just because you're positive and you're honest and you're ready, It doesn't mean that that's foolproof, that you couldn't attract a liar into your life. But the difference is that when you're in this, like you're in an empowered position where you're feeling really good about yourself and you're really stable in your emotions, you're not going to fall for this kind of behavior. There's going to be something inside of you that says, you know what? Something is off with this person. I'm not even going to go down that road. You're not even going to be attracted to a person that is perhaps like got some sort of story where you're just like, it sounds fishy, or there's a red flag all over the place. Yeah, now I'm good. I'm not even going to go for this, right? So how you're going to attract more positive experiences into your life, especially when it comes to partners or friendships that are good for you, people that actually are going to add to your life rather than taking from your life, is by paying attention to your spirit team and paying attention to the signs that you're getting that make sense. If something doesn't make sense, like Judge Judy says, it's because it's probably not true. So sometimes when we get signs about people that we know are dishonest assholes, because we're in our emotion, because we're in love with them, or whatever the situation might be, we tend to see what we want to see. Well, I got 1111. I keep seeing 1111 all day long. That must mean that this person and I are meant to be, even though they're a total jerk, have cheated on me dozens of times, and have, has a wife and kid in a different state. Doesn't make any sense that spirit would be giving us a sign that that's our person, right? Maybe it will be your person at some point, but it certainly isn't your person right now, because they're in that situation. They're not frickin' available. So we have to kind of learn to kind of differentiate between what we want and what our higher selves and our spirit guides and what they're communicating to us are trying to tell us. We have to know the difference between the two. We have to be discerning between our emotions and what our higher selves are trying to tell us. So that's how we're going to attract more positive experiences into our life, is when we squash the need to really even go down that road with these people that aren't telling us the truth, that we know are full of shit, right? So just because you're happy and positive doesn't mean that these people won't show up. The world is full of, sorry to say, shitty people. But you will gain more wisdom and more strength to fight against these people and to waste time with these people the more that you're in this vibration with yourself, loving yourself, treating yourself well. If you're treating yourself like crap, you're more than likely going to allow someone else to treat you like crap. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's kind of the vibration that we're talking about here. So it's a very interesting message, but that is what we have. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and continue. Let's go into this deck here, or this portion of the deck, which is blue, and it's all about healing. Okay, so what is the energy of healing this week that we need to know? What did I ultimately learn from this experience, okay? So some of you guys, I do feel, are walking away from dishonest people or letting someone go that really, really wasn't serving your highest good. And your spirit team may have been giving you signs, but maybe you weren't paying attention. I'm getting here, you're going to be embracing the information this week, and you're going to let go of somebody that's not showing up for you in an equal way or a good way this week. So that's awesome. All right, let's see what we need to know about this. What did you ultimately learn from this situation? So even people that screw us over, there's always something to learn, some takeaway from the whole thing. We have the 10 of Cups. I love this. It says it's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or a chosen family or close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy, balanced children. I don't know why I couldn't get that out. What did you ultimately learn from this experience? First of all, what I'm getting is that whoever you've had either a challenge with or an experience with that seemed to not work out or not go in the way that you had hoped, at the end of the day, there is this soul family vibe. part of your soul family, somebody in your soul tribe, in your soul group, helping you to gain wisdom and grow for your ascension. And ultimately, that's what you're doing for them as well. So it's about kind of walking away from this situation that you both had time together and it was good maybe while it lasted, but that doesn't mean that you can't take the happy memories with you, and that you're never going to be able to trust or be happy moving forward. Don't allow that circumstance to ruin you for future happiness. That's that 10 of Cups for me, because if you guys are searching for the ultimate partner, or that person that's going to want to commit to you or have kids with you, if that's something that you're wanting, just because someone else couldn't do that for you or turned out to be not what you thought, doesn't mean that now it's ruined forever and that you'll never find it. So don't allow people from your past to ruin you for future experiences. At the end of the day, you guys both had something to learn from each other. Take the lessons and take the love and move forward. That's what I'm seeing here. 4 of Spring. Yeah, the 10 of Cups and the 4 of Spring, which is the 4 of Wands, does tell me here that you guys are actually meant to connect with someone, and it might not be marriage for everyone, and of course kids for everybody, but if you guys are looking for like a relationship, like a long-term relationship, the ultimate connection, I do feel like this is telling you here that whatever you're learning or whatever you've learned with other people are preparing you for something that is going to be long and lasting. So if you had to kiss some toads along the way, I am getting for some of you guys, it's ultimately leading to your prince. So don't waste too much time crying over spilt milk or situations that went sour, because ultimately it's taking you towards what's meant for you, which might be something else. I love it. Great message. All right. So now this is the shadow portion of the deck, blockages. So it's gray. So let's see what we need to know here. Oh, so that card just fell out on the floor and I can grab it, so I will. Advice for balancing your shadow side. All right, what do we need to know about balancing our shadow side? Let's look at that. All right, so we have the Knight of Cups. All right, so there is something, because earlier, what we have here, let me just grab it real quick. There's something about falling in love. Where was it? I hate it when that happens, where I lose a card. I don't know where it went. Falling in love, right? Falling madly in love. Don't know where it was at. Maybe I'm nuts, but I know it came up. It was the 2 of Cups. That's what it was. Yeah, it was the 2 of Cups. The 2 of Cups came up, and it was about falling in love. This says falling in love. So advice for balancing your shadow side. This has something to do with our emotions. This has something to do with ignoring the head and only leading with the heart. So sometimes it's great to be in your heart space. Sure. You want to be able to be authentic, and you want to be able to, you don't want to have your guard up all the time, especially with the right people. But we do need to be discerning. So our shadow side does have something to teach us. It's not always a bad thing. Sometimes the ego, shadow self, whatever we want to call it, is there to really help to balance you and to ground you, so that way you don't get carried away with your emotions or fantasies, etc. Because sometimes that can create havoc in our worlds, where we trust the wrong person or we see people through rose-colored glasses. So advice for balancing your shadow side is embrace some of those shadows, because some of those shadows are really going to save your ass and help you to be a stronger, more discerning person when it comes to love. So try not to demonize your shadow side. It's there to help you. That's the message I'm getting for some of you. Make peace. Oh, yeah, there it is. Make peace with that shadow side. So the ego is in place for a reason. But the thing is, anything that's not balanced will take you under. So if you're all love and light, that's beautiful, but then we're not being discerning when it comes to shadowy shit that pops up in our lives in the form of people or situations. So then we end up getting hurt. You don't want to be all ego and shadow either, because then you're closing yourself off to the beauty of all the light and love in the world. So this is about finding that balance. But it talks about false sense, false things, fear-based things, all right? And the devil is also about passion and physical connections rather than true, deep, spiritual, meaningful connections. So if you guys are looking for a partner that's healthy, that wants to have a committed relationship, etc., then this is about realizing that when someone shows up in your life that's not portraying or exuding those values, that as much as we may want them, as much as we might be attracted to them, they are not that person. So we need to know when to walk away. Let's not let our romantic side and our fantasy side take us away and whisk us away in the clouds. People are who they are. Some people, yes, can change, but usually when you meet someone, the version of them is who they are in that moment, and it would take a great, a lot of work on their part in order to change. And then, of course, they're going to have to want to change themselves. So when it comes to meeting people, when it comes to falling in love, make sure that you're not falling into the trap of what someone's outside looks like, and that you really take a look at what's going on the inside. And if there's certain things that you're seeing, such as red flags, be very discerning and don't fool yourself into thinking that doesn't apply to me or that person will change. Maybe it's just best for you to just move on altogether and go towards someone else that does hold those qualities, and instead of trying to constantly, mold someone into who you want them to be. So that's a very interesting message. And some of you guys might be, or have in the past been really struggling with love or finding the right partners for you. And it might just be, you're just wasting too much time with the wrong people. And it's up to you to change that cycle. That's what I'm seeing. All right. So this particular, this is the last one. This particular portion is for, it's red for challenges. Okay, so things that could be challenging. Things that could be challenging this week. Oh my God, it's just so funny to me. Red flags that you could be ignoring. I mean, this has come up so many times in this reading. I feel, yes, some of us are ignoring the red flags. And so we say things such as, I always end up with the same person. This always happens to me. At some point, we've got to take some responsibility. We absolutely have to. And sometimes, it can just be that we just don't know, or it's not our faults. People are just being deceptive and we can't tell the difference. But I'm talking about feelings, you guys, and your spirit team is asking you to pay attention to the thoughts that come to you, things that crash into your mind. Just like that sensation that you get when you're around someone. Don't discount those red flags. It means something. Start paying attention, and you're going to waste a lot less time in this life if you start leaning into using that discernment and tapping a little bit more into that shadow ego side, which it shouldn't be villainized. And in the spiritual community, a lot of the, ego and shadow, it's all demonized like it's bad. Anything that's out of balance is just not good. So you want to make sure that you're balanced in both dark and light in order to navigate this world. At least that's just my philosophy and my opinion. I know some other people share it, not all do. But if you don't have a little bit of that ego and shadow side to work with and to be discerning, you're gonna end up in a lot of situations that are going to be very unpleasant, because you're not going to have the wherewithal to know what to do with darker people. Sorry. You're not going to know what to do because you're not going to have the tools to deal with them. All right, so let's go ahead and get some final messages here on the red flags that we could be ignoring. Oh, wow, we have the Queen of Wands. First of all, the Queen of Wands, she is a badass. She is magical. To me, she's kind of like the witchy poo in the tarot deck. She's got a little black cat on her lap. She's sitting in her power. She knows what she wants, and she basically controls the show. So red flags that you could be ignoring, any situation that makes you feel powerless, that's a red flag. You're handing your power over to someone, something's going on. There's a trauma there. Why would we want, and I'm speaking from experience. There have been people in my life that I don't know where the hell I went, but somehow I just gave them my whole entire self. I lost myself. I gave away all my power and put it into that person. Huh, what a shit show that was. So that should have been a red flag to me right there, that I'm willing to just completely lose myself in someone. That's a red flag. That's a red flag right there. That's either some kind of trauma I got going on, or some sort of an attachment style that I've got going on with that person. Or maybe maybe it's a person, which wasn't the case in my case, but it could be in your case, somebody that doesn't celebrate your power, that wants to diminish your power, somebody that wants to take away your independence and power. That's also a red flag. Somebody that doesn't celebrate you for you and doesn't want you to be strong. Huge red flag, guys. Huge red flag. We have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups. So red flags that you could be ignoring. Not every cup that comes towards you is a cup that you should take. Not every offer that comes to you is genuine. So when you're in your power, when you're independent, when you work on the relationship that you have with yourself is in your own cup. Okay? You're going to know when offers come to you, whether it feels like it's a good one or it's not a good one. You're going to get better at this. So Spirit is saying that you're probably going to be exercising some discernment and some decisions this week based on your powerhouse. So if you're disempowered, you're not feeling good, you're not going to make good decisions. So it could even be that when it comes to making decisions, maybe hold off on making those decisions and wait till you feel more empowered. Then go for it. So I have no idea if that resonated with you guys, but that's what's coming through this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please take the time to give this reading a thumbs up, drop a comment or an emoji in the comment section below, share this video, make sure you're subscribed. All of those actions definitely help this channel to grow, and I really, really appreciate it. All right, you guys, thanks so much. Catch you guys throughout the week with something different. Take care. Bye-bye.